happy birthday to my dad, who is 74, which is like a really big number, and I'm excited to share the celebration in my own special way, because I'm in San Diego and my whole family is in Albuquerque, and I'll be there later in the month to have participated in an art show. But I wanted to talk about my dad and his influence on me as a person as well as an artist. The beginning is that my father is a builder. He designed and built the house that I grew up in, as well as his house and my brother's house. And so I just remember always being around sawdust and hammers and construction and building, and it's just part of me. As I became an artist or started getting into becoming serious about becoming an artist, I asked my dad if he could help me make some stretcher frames to do really large pieces. And as you can see behind me, I have, these are smaller large pieces, although they're about the size of me. But we made huge pieces together, and he taught me that it's possible, to make anything that you want. As a child, we would go outdoors, we'd go camping, and I remember going to the lakes with my father and with my brother in northern New Mexico, where all the aspen trees live, and I remember playing chess. Learning how to play chess by watching my dad and my brother play. And one day I wanted to set up the board, and he let me. I knew where all the pieces went just by watching he and my brother play. And then I started playing, and then I wound up joining the chess team at St. Pius High School. I remember my dad chewing on red vine licorice as we would make our way to the lake and listen to music. He always listens to country music, which is why I'm wearing my cowboy hat, because it's a very dad thing to wear. And I remember always growing up with faith, having a very strong belief that there's something greater than ourselves, and we can rely upon that and have a relationship with that energy. And that's been a solid foundation in my art making, because it's a very risky thing to do, just paint in the middle of the day, of a weekday, and not go to work, but do what you feel inside of you is meant to come out in the time that you're alive. And I feel I get that from both my parents, just believing in yourself. My dad taught me how to fish. He taught me how to gut a fish, which I don't do that anymore. He taught me how to drive a stick shift and how to buy a car. He used to make us famous eggs. He didn't know how to say Jessica, so he would call my cousin Jetica, and that would frustrate her because he would say, I don't know how to say Jessica, and so I have to say Jetica, and she said, but you just said it. And I remember my dad would be walking, and sometimes he'd have his floppy foot. So he would just walk with like an extra flop in his foot, and I think he was being silly. My dad likes to tell stories, and he taught us about our name, our heritage, our lineage, and our connection to the land. And that's always been a major part of me, I guess, as an artist, because I feel very authentic and true to myself and my origin. And I remember when I bought my house in Albuquerque that my dad helped me plant trees. And at the time I had just the tiniest budget, and basically it allowed for these little sticks. And he looked at me with such sincerity in his eyes, and he said, well, everything and everybody comes from a humble beginning. And I just remember looking at these little Charlie Brown sticks, and I just kept watering them, and they grew. They're huge now. They're just huge trees. And he teaches me about patience and letting time work its magic on any situation in life. And love you lots, and I will be home soon.